It's January, there's been a million extreme cold weather alerts, and that can only mean one thing, friends. Yes, it is time for a hot toddy. Hi everyone, I'm Erin Henderson, the founder and chief sommelier here at the Wine Sisters, and welcome to our channel. This is the place where we teach you how to eat, drink, and entertain like a pro. And today we are talking all about winter warm-ups, and specifically one of my very favorite drinks, the hot toddy. This indeed has been a little cocktail I've been having since I was a wee tot. Yes, friends, I am a child of the free-range 80s where my no-nonsense German mother would give us a hot toddy when we were feeling under the weather with just a thimbleful of whiskey that would help break that fever. And hey, look how great I turned out. So today I'm going to show you how to do it. It's actually dead simple. There's only a few ingredients. We've got lemon, ginger, cloves, a little bit of whiskey, and some hot water. Now there's a million variations out there. I've seen some people use the basis of Earl Grey tea or lemon as opposed to boiling water. I've seen people use rum, in which case it's called a grog. In Ireland, they'll use Irish whiskey and call it a hot whiskey. In Scotland, they'll use scotch, of course. I'm going to be using a bourbon, but there's many different types that you can use. There's even some great Canadian whiskeys that have some very bourbon-like flavors, but I like that bourbon element that loans that spicy, that warming spice note to the hot toddy itself. Now, like all great cocktails, the origins of where the hot toddy started are a little bit murky and up for interpretation, so pick the story you like best. Some reports suggest that the hot toddy started in Scotland in the 1700s, where it was served in Edinburgh pubs for the holidays, and that the water that was heated to add to the scotch came from the finest well, Todd's Well, and that's where the name hot toddy came from. Other sources will say that the hot toddy came from British-controlled India in the 1600s. Allegedly, the Hindi word toddy means fermented drink of fermented palm syrup. That doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, so hot toddy it is. But of course, as those trade routes continued and these really beautiful fragrant spices became more prevalent in Britain, British bartenders started adding them to the drink, and it is the hot toddy as we now know it today. But regardless of where it started, it is here now, and it is here to warm you up during these very cold months and hopefully take away your sniffles. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So first things first, I have my mug heating up right now. I put some boiling water into it earlier. You can see some of the steam rising from it. So I've got a nice warm mug. We're going to dump that out and pick the honey of your choice. I have this really great honey that has a honeycomb in it. It does mean that some of the waxy bits as you get towards the end will come out, but I'm actually not sure what the honeycomb does. I think that it looks really cool in the jar, so that's why I bought it. I'm a marketing baby, I guess. So I'm gonna put in a healthy scoop, probably about a tablespoon into my mug. I'm also then going to put in just a dash. I like just a dash of very fine grained sea salt, just 1, 2, 3, just a little pinch, just to give it a little soupçon. I also have some ginger. Now, I need to peel the ginger. Here's a little hint on how you can peel ginger really well. I'm just gonna get off this like craggly little end. And instead of taking a paring knife or a peeler, you just have to take the spoon, the edge of a spoon. Ooh, that's a juicy little ginger. Oh, got some more in my eye. Oh, geez. Let's just make this a little bit safe, shall we? Oh, there we go. I can see better. So all you have to do is quickly go around your ginger knob, your little tuber here, peel it off to the side. I'll clean that up a little bit later. And you've got some beautifully peeled ginger. Get that all off. There's still a little bit of craggly bit, so I'm just gonna take that off. About a quarter sized of the ginger knob. Now, if you've read our blog, you know that what we put on there is I said previously to take your cloves and to stud your lemon rind with the cloves, but it's actually kind of difficult to do. What I found much more easy, and I found that the cloves stay put easier, is if you take whatever your preference is, 3, 4, I'm gonna use about 4 cloves for this, is it's so much easier to stab your cloves into your ginger piece. So it ends up looking just like that, and they don't get dislodged, and you don't have any cloves floating around your hot toddy, and then you end up chewing on one or biting down on one. So I put that right in there. And now we need the juice of half a lemon, a good juicy lemon. Here's my squeezer, ta-da! Now I give it 1 squeeze, and then I turn it on its side and I give it another squeeze because it really comes out nicely and you get all that beautiful juice that comes out and you don't waste a thing. We're ready? Okay, so let's turn off. I'm just gonna pour in about half, really dissolve that honey, get it nice and dissolved. Pour pour in a little bit more. I'm gonna say in this mug, mugs these days are quite large. This one's probably at least a 10-ounce mug. So I've got my salt, my ginger, my cloves, I've got my lemon juice, and my honey all in there. I'm gonna let it steep for about 4 minutes or so. But I also now want to have probably arguably the most important ingredient, and that's going to be our whiskey. Again, I'm choosing to use a bourbon. If you'd rather use scotch or Irish whiskey or a Canadian rye, pick your poison. People have used rum, people have used all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to free pour. If you need to measure, that's fine. I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces because there's about 10 ounces of water in here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. It's about 1.5 ounces, I'm going to say, a generous 1.5 ounces. I like to put in my whiskey last because I don't know, I feel like it cooks the whiskey less. I'm not sure if that's true or if that's not, but works in my kitchen, so let's stick with it. And that's really it. I'm going to let this cool down and steep for about 4 minutes. Let the flavor of the ginger and the cloves really come out, but that's it. Like, it's just fantastic. And I've been drinking these all winter. It smells glorious. It has an absolute beautiful smell. All those spices are already coming out. It's really good. I suggest you enjoy one every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, whenever you want. It's hot, but it's good. All right, friends, that's how you make a hot toddy. My name's Erin. I'm from the Wine Sisters. If you enjoyed this and found this useful, please give us a like, leave us a comment, and share this with your friends. It's the best way to get that knowledge of the good food and wine and drink out there to everybody that you know and you love. So thank you so much. Please hit that bell and subscribe. You will be alerted to every time we drop a new video. That is every single week. Thanks, friends. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay well, drink better.